Hi, I'm Matt Dietrich, Executive Editor of Reboot, Illinois.
And I'm Madeline Dubeck from Reboot, Illinois.
And welcome to another edition of Only in Illinois. This week was a special week for Reboot, Illinois because we co-hosted with the Daily Herald a pension forum at Harper College in Palatine. We had an excellent panel of guests, and Madeline served as co-moderator with political reporter Carrie Lester.
We had State Rep Elaine Neckrits, Northbrook Democrat, Tom Morrison, who's a state rep from Palatine and a Republican, and we had Cinda Klickna, who is the head of the largest teachers union in Illinois, the Illinois Education Association, on the panel. And learned a lot. Probably didn't change as many minds as we might have hoped. There seemed to be still a pretty wide gulf of views, trouble reaching consensus, but Elaine Neckrits made the point that it's way past time to move past the blame game and onto a solution that is going to work mathematically. And Tom Morrison made the point that we can't be talking about raising a bunch of taxes because we're just going to drive people away from Illinois, and we need more taxpayers more than we need higher taxes. And then Cinda Klickna brought up an issue that we've been focusing on at Reboot, and we think you're going to hear a lot more about in the months ahead.
And that is implementing a progressive income tax system for Illinois. It's a big part of the We Are One Illinois Union Coalition's plan to save the pension system. They believe, backers of a progressive tax believe, it would bring a whole lot more revenue into the state. They say that it would lower taxes for more people. Whether or not that would happen, we just don't know, because we don't know what form it would take if it does take.
And at Reboot this week, we had an editorial that said, if we're going to have this discussion, great, but we need all the details. We need to know, if we're going to make the temporary tax permanent, we need to know about that. What's the rate going to be? If you convert to a graduated tax, what rates and what income ranges would those rates apply to? Are we just going to increase the flat rate? And we need to know what that rate would be before any of us can make a decision about how we view that.
And the flat rate is supposed to go back down to 3.75% on January 1st, 2015. So if you want to look at it that way, any graduated system that raises your taxes or anyone's taxes above 3.75% could be considered a tax increase.
Right.
This is going to be a huge issue in the 2014 gubernatorial election. We haven't heard a whole lot about it now, but we think you ought to be aware of it, and if you want, please visit our site. We've got a lot of information about it. Ultimately, this would have to come down to voters, because a constitutional amendment can only happen after it gets passed by 3/5 of the General Assembly and after voters approve it, which would happen in November 2014, same time that we're voting on a new governor.
Exactly. So we'll be paying close attention. We hope you will too. We also want to tell you, if you missed the forum and you want to check it out, we still have a video of it on our website at rebootillinois.com/pension talk. So check that out.
And we will see you next week on Only in Illinois.